Before we start, I'd like to draw attention to some of the comments made by the leadership over at Anthropic, the makers of Claude and Claude AI suite of tools, that said something along the lines of coding will be solved by the beginning of 2026 or something along those lines. And a lot of people were really disappointed with Opus. Um, Gemini 3 came and went. People were really impressed by the UI. But overall, there's an initial hype and then the slow fading away. And by the way, this was made on Gemini. And I want to, before I showcase the Minecraft stuff, this is extremely easy to make. You can find, unbeknownst to me, you can find rigged 3D characters that you can animate with code. And I basically just took it from the 3JS website and I just brought it into Gemini. I basically just copied the repo, brought it into Gemini, and told it to do stuff with it. We're so close to doing some amazing stuff. You can already do a lot of incredible stuff, like you will see with Minecraft. But here's another example. I mean, this runs like fucking butter, man. It's insane the amount of stuff you can get with some good prompts, some good resources, and just uh, um, a good idea that you convey in a very concise but um, impactful manner to whatever AI agent, because a lot of people really suck at prompting, and a lot of these projects that you see online aren't really indicative of what these AI models can do. And I I, I say this because I was insanely impressed as to what Claude and Gemini, but mostly Claude, managed to do when I tried to clone Minecraft, and I was extremely impressed. I want to show you what Gemini did when it comes to Minecraft clone. I didn't think it'd be able to do anything, so it literally just started with the 3D model, and just told Gemini, "Can you make the Steve model?" And I just built on top of that. The reason why this is top down, like isometric 3D style, top down type look, is because I told Gemini I just started with the 3D model and just built on top of that, and this is what it came out looking like. I did over prompt a little bit, and it got a little out of hand, so I had to go back a few iterations to go back to where something looked all right. This is essentially what it built. Granted, I told it to do top down, so the reason why it's not looking how it's supposed to look is because my prompting was just messed up in the beginning, and I didn't know what I really wanted. It wasn't until I used Opus that I realized that, oh shit, these fucking models can really clone Minecraft. And I didn't go back to Gemini because this actually looked pretty cool. I like how this looks, and I just like the style, the top down kind of view. Uh, there's some issues. You have to click where you go. That can be fixed with a prompt. You have to, if you're mining something, you have to click on a block, hold it, and then miner cancel, and then it's it's all populated as it should be, but it's just a tiny slice, and it's essentially sort of like a little demo reel, which looks pretty cool actually. I actually really enjoy the style of this. Maybe if you can build on top of this and do some like really cool stuff, kind of like the what was that game, Minecraft Dungeons or something, where it was Minecraft but top down, is what this reminded me of. And you can mine anything. You have different blocks. It's pretty cool. You can zoom in, zoom out, and if you zoom out, it actually has some fog for the draw distance. I'm assuming it's not amazingly optimized, so it does have to like bring in some fog. And as you will see with Opus, we're gonna move to the Opus one fairly quick, because the Opus one absolutely blew my socks off, because um, it was absolutely incredible. But talking about the Gemini one, this is pretty cool. I'm incredibly surprised how accurate the Steve model was and how accurate the blocks were, being that it from what I can tell, the blocks were just either grabbed from random resources, or it made the blocks itself. Gemini did, but it's a pretty funky little demo slice. Pretty cool. But that being said, the star of the show truly is the Opus one. I use Opus. If you saw my last video, I kind of talked a little shit about Opus. Essentially what it boiled down to is that Opus kind of sucks dick when it comes to front end type of stuff, making stuff look good, making stuff look nice. And while the back end, I'm sure, is delightful, I want my shit to look nice, and I want it to be cohesive. And I updated Windsurf because apparently there was some issues with Claude 4.5 Opus, and I just got to it and I was absolutely blown away. So here it is. You can go to this website. I will put it in the description. I'll put both of these in the description. This one's already deployed. You don't have to go through Gemini to see this. You can really just open this on your browser window and you can basically play the whole thing. Long story short, here it is. I will walk you through the whole thing because it is absolutely nuts that it got all this. Okay, so there's different biomes, there's different blocks, there's the world is permanent. It loads as you go. As you can see, the view, the draw distance is not that amazing, because I had to tone it back a little bit because it was absolutely destroying performance, and I had to basically finagle within within the prompting to actually get it to find a sweet spot, because it was either giving me an amazingly huge draw distance, and that was absolutely destroying the performance. I was getting as you can see, there's a frame counter on the top left. I was getting legit like under one frame once I started moving, or once I started breaking blocks. So I really wanted it to get like a sweet zone, because the once I started prompting it, one of the decisions that it made to mitigate the fact that it was absolutely horrendous performance is that it just made the world limited. It was a very very small world that you couldn't go beyond. But as I started prompting it here and there and kind of getting to the bottom of it, I essentially made it so that it's an infinite world. Well, I'm sure you'll get to the what's that thing in Minecraft where you can actually walk to the edge of the world and you see a bunch of error blocks or whatever. I'm sure you can do something similar here, but as far as I've seen, and as far as I've prompted, and as far as it's told me, the world is permanent. The world, it basically goes on forever. But if you build something here, you will say you build a house here and you walk around for like half an hour that way, and then you walk half an hour back, you will find it here. Everything stays where it is. Everything is permanent. The only thing is that I did not do any save. You can't save this world because I didn't think about it, and I kind of got out prompted because I did this whole thing in a day, and I spent way too much time doing this, but it was actually really fun. And what else can I say? So you have different biomes. You have snowy biomes. You have desert biomes. You have I'm not sure that you have mountains or mountain ranges, because that probably will mess up with the drawing distance vertically, or something. Like I'm sure there's some limitations there when it comes to having a game run smooth. And as you can see, there's a little hiccup when I walk, and the reason for that is that it's loading the next chunk of the world, as you can see there. And I just went full ham. I added day and night cycles. I added clouds. The water took so long to get right, because when it loaded it loaded each block of water as a breakable block, and you could see the outlines of the blocks. And then when I fixed that, the water felt like honey when you dropped into it, like the thickest mud you can think of. Obviously, I have to like prompt the fact that animals can go underwater. You even get those bubbles that you get in Minecraft when you're underwater for too long and they run out. You start losing health. Oh yes, I added zombies. I added weapons. I added pickaxes, shovels. Uh, I added all the tools you can think of, and I added an incredible amount of blocks. Not all the blocks, obviously. You can use, for example, what is it, redstone, where you can like build computers in Minecraft. That's a little too out of the scope of the game, and also that's out of the scope of my experience with Minecraft because that's when I quit Minecraft back in the day. I think it was 2013. Anyways, I added animals, and the stuff that they drop are completely within what's in Minecraft. I added chickens, I added cows, I added sheep, pigs, and the sheep drop wool, which you can also make a bed. I have not made a bed. I don't know how functional it is. As far as I'm concerned, it should be functional and it should work as intended and as expected. The day and night cycle does work as intended on zombies, though they don't catch on fire; they just disappear. You can fight zombies. I don't know that they drop anything, but they spawn at night. They die during the daytime. Um, there's foliage. There's mushrooms. There's when you're in the desert biome. There's the respective little foliage plants, whatever they are, and yeah, I'm so impressed with what Claude did. And like I said, if you want, you can go to this website. It's the deployed app on Netlify, and you can like mess around with it and see what it's about and poke and prod at it. I will also put the GitHub repo on the description because I'm sure a lot of people will someone somewhere might want to like dig through it or maybe vibe code on the app itself and then build out something themselves. Let's kill this pig here with my Harry Potter wand. That's supposed to be a sword. And yeah, you can see it gave me a raw pork chop. As of now, well, I don't know that I'll ever keep working on this, but you can't cook meat. But there is health, there is hunger. As you can see, I'm I'm coming up on the being completely out of food. So let's see if I eat the food here. See, I'm out of food, so I'm getting hurt. And if I eat this, I gain 3 hunger, 6 hunger, 3 hunger per piece of meat. And yeah, I'm extremely surprised how good this came out, especially taking into account that I only worked on this for like probably under 5 hours. Just trying to like see where the limits of Claude Opus lay. Um, and I will recommend using an IDE like Windsurf because those credits went a really long way. To the point where I don't know if I'm being a little paranoid here, but from what I saw when I started prompting towards the end, I started getting super short responses. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but those Windsurf tokens went a really long way. But anyways, yes, this is the game. I'm extremely pleased, extremely surprised. And if this is happening now, imagine a year from now, like the shit you can make. I've tried to do a lot of other 3D stuff, but from what I've seen, I try to do stuff with Fortnite. I try to do stuff with Battlefield when it comes to. Obviously, I'm not gonna get high fidelity graphics or physics, but I was just poking and prodding, seeing where these models are. And as far as I can tell, there's a ways to go when it comes to stuff with 3D graphics. Minecraft itself lends itself really well to it because the graphics are so minimalistic and simplified. You got just a bunch of squares that you can play with. So uh, there's definitely a lot of room where these models can improve, and I'm very much looking forward to that because this is so much fun. You can there is a lot that you can do when it comes to 2D, as I've published with my Balatro clone video, and that's really promising as of now. But as far as I'm concerned, there's a new GPT model that's gonna come out soon, which from the rumor on the street is that it's not as mind blowing as Gemini or Opus were when they came out earlier this month. So we'll have to probably wait until shipments for GBT, or if not Q1 of 2026, to see something that's actually amazing and mind blowing. But anyways, thanks for watching, and subscribe, I guess, if you made it this far, which would be crazy.